Why do they put pictures of criminals up in the post office? What are we supposed to do? Write to these people or something? How come we don't just put their pictures on the stamps and then the mailmen can look for them while they're out delivering the mail? Seems like that'd be a much more efficient solution. Mailmen could be cops. All right, this is one of those content that you didn't subscribe for, but you're getting anyway kind of videos. Because this is, well, I'm not a tech guy, I'm not a tech channel or anything like that. This is something that I think could be a useful tool for guitar players. Obviously, if you've already clicked on the video, the video title, you already know what this is about. This thing just arrived today. This is the Canon M200 that I'm unboxing right now. Yep, just arrived from, I bought this one from an eBay seller. eBay seller is a pretty big eBay store called the Pixel Hub. And had the best price on this camera that I could find. This one was, these sell for $549, $499, $549, $599, depending on when and where you look. Unfortunately, I hate the camera market because prices are always fluctuating, both new and used. I can't wrap my brain around it like I can, how the guitar market works and how the guitar market's pricing is. It just doesn't seem to work the same way. Fortunately, I don't buy cameras like I buy guitars. So, got our paperwork here. There's some stuff rattling around here a little more than I would have preferred, but everything appears to be brand new, factory sealed, and the camera seems to be not moving around, which is the good thing. There's a battery charger, okay, and the battery, and the strap, which I actually do plan to use fairly soon. Oh, that's the lens. Yeah, that's kind of important. And of course the camera itself and everything else. So there is hardware, or cardboard rather. And keeping with the theme here that I've been building here in the studio, trying to keep I'm going white for some reason, because my shelving, that I hang my pedals on was white. The the slot wall I hang my guitars on is white. The new bookshelf I just bought is white. So I'm kind of going for a white theme here as I'm rebuilding and reorganizing. And there we have it. The Canon M200 mirrorless camera. It's basically, this is their, what do they call it? They call it like a cropped image mirrorless camera. This is kind of their entry level, which starts at about $500. The next step up would be the M50, which is a little bit larger, but this apparently has the same sensor and the same megapixels as the M50, hence the same image quality, which is fine with me. And this one does not have a viewfinder, though I think there is an attachment on it. I've yet to use a viewfinder for anything, so anything that I do with it. I bought this primarily for video, for video purposes. So this is, flip up screen, for YouTube is a must. I spent the first probably 3 years on YouTube shooting videos with a camera that did not have a flip up or flip out screen, and once I finally got one, my Panasonics, my Panasonic cameras, which I'm using to film this. I realized what I was missing, and I could never go back. There's no way. That is a must-have feature. I bought this specifically to be my new streaming camera. So what this one's going to do? This one's going to mount right back here behind my, monitor, right above my monitor, and I'm going to use this for my live streams. And also I'm going to use this as a travel camera because I'm doing some traveling here. In another month or two, and again later this year, and this is also what I'm going to use for that. So I'm going to set this thing up we'll see, and we'll kind of get an idea of the image quality and see what kind of video it shoots, and we'll go from there. Okay, so here's why I wanted to do this video, because I mean there's tech channels all over the place out there that have covered this camera, but I've yet to find a single guitar channel at all that has that has covered this this camera, and that's really the perspective when I'm doing this kind of research. Again, as a really an amateur, that's really the kind of perspective that I'm looking for. I do absolutely value the professional opinion of the tech channels, and there's a lot of those out there, and there's a lot of great information, but sitting down and watching video after video after video, trying to piece all of these different professional opinion, photography and videography opinions together, to try to figure out if it's the right if it's the right product for me as a guitar player, and as a guitar player that has a YouTube channel. So and this video isn't just for other isn't just for other YouTube guitar channels, and because quite honestly, most of those guys all know more about about camera equipment than I do. So there's really not a whole lot that I have to share with them. But here's the thing, musicians and guitar players, as a result of the pandemic, the need to get, for guitar players to be able to get their creativity and their art into video form, and get it out onto the internet or wherever it needs to go, the demand for that has increased just astronomically over the last year. So that's really who I'm targeting this video towards. So here's my first initial impressions of this camera. It's very, very small, very small. Easily hold it in one hand. It's got a little bit of a thumb grip right there in the corner, again making it relatively easy to hold. I like to put my pinky, I'm just naturally putting my pinky up there on the bottom underneath it, I guess, kind of like I would my cell phone, and I really like the look of it. I think it's got a real sleek look. I like the look of the silver lens on the white camera. With the lens on it, it's a little bit heavier than I was expecting. I don't know why I would have been expecting that, but without the lens, it's pretty lightweight. So I mean, a lot of this weight, maybe even the majority of it, probably most of the weight is probably the lens itself, which is okay. I'm told the kit lens on this thing is pretty kit lens-esque, meaning it'll get the job done. May not be the greatest lens in the world, but for my purposes, particularly for streaming, it ought to get the job done. Anyway, but small, sleek. I like the flip-up screen on it already. I wish it would have had a flip-out screen, but again, for my purposes, I can deal with it. This will work just fine. This makes it perfect for, again, streaming and also for vlogging. So if you're this could also turn into a camera for me to use. Some of you guys have asked me if I'd go out and start doing some videos on site, like at local guitar shops and with other local guitar players here in my area. This would be perfect for that. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to fire this thing up, and I'm going to mount it back here, and we're going to have a look-see at how it works. Okay, so it is currently about like 6 hours later than it was from the last segment that you just saw. And the reason why is because the battery that the battery that was in the box was completely dead, so I had to charge it all the way up from the get-go just to get it to turn on and adjust the settings. Strangely enough, what I discovered when I was going through all of the settings, and getting everything set up, optimizing for for streaming, which is, again, that's what this camera's gonna be used for. So once I had all the settings where they needed to be, and everything set up in OBS as best I can, because I hate OBS, but. Anyway, once I had all that stuff set up, I discovered that Canon actually has, they have their own webcam utility app that you can download straight from their website, and that's actually what you're seeing right now is you're looking at the Canon utility, Canon webcam utility. So in other words, there is no capture card required for this. It basically goes USB, straight into, from the USB port on the camera straight into the PC. That's how this thing is set up. And that's a pretty good image quality. So, you know, really no capture card required. Now, the megapixels, when you are running it as a webcam in this manner, are quite, it takes it down to about, I don't know, I think it's like a fourth or something of, regular, 1920 by 1080p. That said, I was able to expand it out, and if you were to zoom in on my face pretty close, you'd probably be able to tell the difference, and lose quite a bit of definition. But from this presentation right here, I think that's a pretty good image. As a matter of fact, I think it's really sharp. I'm really, really, really impressed with it. And I also like how it automatically, just kind of blurred out the background. And again, I'm a guy that doesn't know much about, I know guitars. I know guitars and guitar amps, and I know that stuff real well. When it comes to camera stuff, I'm lucky I can get the damn thing in focus and turn it, and hit record. So, but this thing overall was pretty easy to set up. It took me a while to charge the battery. I had to figure out some settings, watch a couple videos, that kind of thing. But overall, I'm pretty impressed. So you've probably already familiarized yourself with the Elgato Camlink 4K. Or the 60 Camlink 60 or whatever it was that they called the previous version that only went up to 1080p. But regardless, it looks like a little flash drive thing. You plug from the HDMI out on your camera with an HDMI cable, goes into the back of that, and then that plugs into basically what that does, that converts a HDMI signal to a USB signal, and you can just plug it right into the USB port on your computer. Now, when I went to buy mine, it was about a year ago, and those things were sold out worldwide, and who knows when I was going to be able to get a hold of one. So I found an alternative from a brand called Cloner Alliance. I found it on Amazon, sold for about the same price at the time. I have to look up and see what they're selling for now, but this is a model called the Chert 4KC. Why they called it the Chert, I don't know, because I think it's the stupidest name ever. But as far as the device itself goes, it produces very, very, very good results, and I've been very happy with it. So, like I said, I've been using it for over a year now. Excellent alternative, and I certainly recommend it if you cannot, if you can't track down a Camlink. So, or even if you can track down a Camlink. Like I said, I've been using it in lieu of a Camlink for a while, and I've been real happy. So to be clear, I am, most likely still going to be using the dummy battery and the capture device, video capture device method from here on out. But it's good to know that this USB, this USB thing is a great backup, because not only am I able to run run my brand new mirrorless, Canon mirrorless camera as a webcam, via USB, but it also eliminates the need for a dummy battery. So, which is, if you're going to get into streaming, that's really the other thing you need, is a dummy battery to be able to run that thing continuously without, basically it's a dummy battery that runs off of AC power. So that's probably what I'll be doing, though my dummy battery has not yet arrived. I didn't order one because I was a little confused as to whether or not the camera came with one, and I was thinking maybe it might. And then, because really what I'm using it for is really what it's designed for. However, I discovered that unfortunately it does not. So I had to order one. Yeah. But in the meantime, this USB thing seems to be a pretty good alternative. So anyway, I am really, really looking forward to using this thing to live stream and hang out and chat with you guys on my regular weekly live streams on weekly live streams that generally happen on this channel pretty much every Saturday around 1 o'clock Eastern time. So if you want to come and hang out and basically just talk, what we do is basically just talk guitar gear, and now I'm going to get to do it here in my guitar room with my Marshall in the background. How much does that not suck? So this is something a little bit different from what I normally do. Like I said, I'm not a tech guy. This is not a tech channel. This is a tech device that is that I am using for our for our particular side, the guitar people side of the YouTube live streaming industry. So I hope you all got something out of it. Please comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Adios.